Hi, David Orlofsky. Welcome to the Parsha in 5, where we give you a little insight into the Parsha that you can use for 5 minutes. Now, my father, Avos Shalom, used to give us brachas Erev Yom Kippur. That was the only time he gave us brachas. But some people have the minhag of doing it every Friday night. So whether you do or not, so you know, what's the bracha we give our sons? Simcha Elokim Ke'Ephraim U'Kamenashe. What's the bracha we give our daughters? You should be like Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah. Well, if we say to our girls, you should be like Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah, why don't say to our boys, you should be Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov? Why do we take Ephraim and Menashe? Now, of course, you could say because Yaakov said everyone's going to bless their children to be like Ephraim and Menashe, but that just begs the question, why? What's the significance of Ephraim and Menashe over anybody else? So you know the story. Yosef brings his children, and he puts Menashe on Yaakov's right, and he puts Ephraim on his left, because he wants him to put the right hand on the older one and the left hand on the younger one. And he's setting it up for him because he knew that Yaakov had a problem seeing. And Yaakov does the old switcheroonie and switches the hands and puts his right hand on Ephraim, and he puts his left hand on Menashe. And Yosef says, oh no, not again. You know what I went through because you decided to tell everybody I was the Bechorah when I really wasn't? You know, let's not do this again, Dad. And he tries to move his hand. And he lets him try. He doesn't stop him. And Yosef cannot budge Yaakov's hand, because Yaakov used this hand to fight a malach with to a standstill. You know, so you're going to move this hand? Go ahead. Yadati b'nei yadati. Don't worry, I already know what you know. Yeah, I'm not making a mistake. I know which one is Ephraim and I know which one is Menashe, and I never reverse my hands. But that's because Ephraim is going to be greater than Menashe. Because while Menashe was busy working with you in the palace and dealing with all the politics and the economics, Ephraim sat by me and learned Torah. And so therefore, he has a certain advantage over his brother, and that's the reason he's going to be greater. Now, Cain felt that Hevel, his younger brother, had an advantage over him because he was born with 2 twin sisters, and Cain was born with only 1. The idea being that was the only available girls at the time. So he says, now my younger brother got twice of what I got. I'm the older one. I should have gotten it. So he kills him. Yishmael is jealous of his younger brother Yitzchak. He takes him out into the field and starts shooting arrows at him. Esav, who was the older brother, but Yaakov took the brachas from him, he says, I'm going to kill my brother. Yaakov says, I believe you, and he ran away. Yeah. Among the Shvatim themselves, because they felt that Yosef was being elevated over the older brothers, this led to a underlying jealousy and contempt that they weren't even aware of. They weren't conscious of it, but it colored their decision-making. The first case in history of where a younger brother was elevated over an older brother was Ephraim and Menashe, and they loved each other. What better bracha could you give to your children than that he should be like Ephraim and Menashe? My father, Avos Shalom, always used to say, you know, the one thing a parent hopes is that all their children get along together. You know, that after you leave this world, everyone's there, everyone's together. You know, everybody keeps up with each other. You know, I have a daughter who lives in America. You know, when she comes to visit, she says it's so hard because I see how the cousins are so close. They all get together, they all play, they all, you know, get to spend time together. It's a special schus, and it is. And every one of us should hope for our children that they should be Ephraim and Menashe and share that love with each other. And Mirza Hashem will be Zaycha to see nachas from our children and our grandchildren. And all of Klal Yisrael should share that love. Good Shabbos.